Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we will discuss about Tempest second. The title of the lesson or topic we can say is Tempest. Tempest second. In order to clear the topic, in order to understand the topic, in order to get the topic clearly, what we need to do, what we all need to do, we need to review some lines. We all need to review some lines from the Tempest first. And the review of last lecture, Tempest first is given here. The review of last lecture, Tempest first is given here. What's the review? And Ariel went away very happily to the place where Ferdinand sat weeping over his father's death. It is actually Ariel who went to the place very happily. It is actually Ariel who went to the place very happily, where Ferdinand sat weeping over his father's death. If you remember the topic, if you remember the story, we came to know that Ferdinand was weeping very sadly over his father's death. And Ariel went to that place. Very happily, where Ferdinand sat weeping over his father's death, where Ferdinand was regretting, where Ferdinand, we can say in other words, was mourning over his father's death. Ariel उस जगह पे चला गया very happily, बहुत खुशी से उस जगह पे चला गया जहां फर्डिनेंड ऑलरेडी अपने बाप की मौत पे रो रहा था, मातम कर रहा था. He was weeping there, he was regretting there, he was mourning over his father's death. And Ariel went to that place. Why Ariel went to that place? Actually, it was Prosperio who ordered. Who commanded Ariel to visit that place. That is why Ariel visited that place. Ariel went to that place very happily, where already Ferdinand was weeping, we can say mourning or regretting over his father's death. Now, we will come to Tempest second. I will read the story from your textbook. Tempest second. Remaining invisible, Ariel sang a beautiful song and led Ferdinand to the place where Prosperio and Marinda were. What is that, father? Asked Marinda in wonder. When she saw Ferdinand at a distance, is it a spirit? It has noble and beautiful appearance. Marinda, as you know, had not known what a young man looked like, and moreover, Ferdinand as a handsome young man. Seeing Marinda, Ferdinand thought that she was the goddess of this island of wonders. While he had just heard Ariel's strange sounding song, he fell on his knees and began to speak to her as to a goddess. You can imagine his surprise when he heard her say sweetly in his own language, Sir, I am no goddess, but a simple girl. Prosperio was very happy to find that the two young people had fallen in love with each other at the first sight. But in order to test Ferdinand's love, Prosperio pretended to think that young man was a spy. Come along, young man, he said roughly. You are a spy who has come to steal this island from me. You are now my prisoner. Ferdinand tried to resist. He drew his sword, but waving his wand, Prosperio fixed him to the spot by the power of his magic. Marinda hung upon her father and pleaded for Ferdinand. You know what happened in the second part of this Tempest? Remaining invisible, Ariel sang a beautiful song and led Ferdinand to the place where Prosperio and Marinda were. Remaining very invisible because he was a spirit. Remaining invisible, Ariel sang the servant. Ariel, who was Ariel? Ariel was a servant. Remaining invisible, Ariel sang a beautiful song and led Ferdinand to the place where Prosperio and Marinda were. Remaining very invisible, the servant whose name was Ariel, he sang a beautiful song sang a very beautiful song, and he led Ferdinand to the place where Prospero and Marinda were. Remaining very invisible, what Ariel did, Ariel sang a beautiful song and led Ferdinand to the place. He led Ferdinand to the place. उसने Ferdinand को उस जगह पे लेके गया where already Prospero and Marinda were, जहाँ पे Prospero और Marinda already बैठी हुई थी. What is that, father? What is that, father? Asked Marinda in wonder. As soon as Marinda saw, as soon as the girl saw, she said, "What is that, father?" asked Marinda in wonder. हैरान होके Marinda ने अपने बाप से ये कहा, "What is that? वो क्या है? वो क्या है?" When she saw Ferdinand at a distance, जब उसने दूरी पे Ferdinand को देखा, because Ariel was led to that place by, Ferdinand was led to that place by Ariel very secretly, and as soon as Marinda saw, she was confused. She was in wonder. She asked, "Father, what is that thing at a distance?" When she saw the Ferdinand, "Is it a spirit? It has a noble and beautiful appearance." She was confused to see the man. She was confused to see the Ferdinand. She was confused to see the young man. And she didn't believe. She did not know that this is a human being. She did not know that this is a human being. What she said? She said, "It is a spirit." क्या ये spirit है? Because it has a noble and beautiful appearance. क्योंकि इसकी बहुत अच्छी appearance थी. He was looking very beautiful. He was looking very attractive. He was looking very nice. That is why Marinda said, "Is it a spirit?" Marinda, as you know, had not known what a young man looked like, and moreover Ferdinand was handsome and a young man. Because if you remember from the Tempest II, we came to know that Marinda had not known what a young man looked like, or Marinda had not known what a young man looked like, because at that time she was mere a baby when Marinda and Prospero had been thrown away from their palace. At that time she was mere a baby, and when she saw a young man, Ferdinand, she got confused and she thought it a spirit because it has a very noble and beautiful appearance. Marinda, as you know, जैसे हम जानते हैं Marinda के बारे में, had not known what a young man looked like. वो नहीं जानती थी कि एक यंग मैन कैसा होता है, उसकी शक्ल कैसी होती है, वो कैसे अपीयर होता है. Moreover, Ferdinand was very handsome and young man. और इसके अलावा जो Ferdinand था, he was very beautiful, he was very handsome, he was very nice and attractive. Seeing Marinda, Ferdinand thought that she was the goddess of this island of wonders. And when Ferdinand saw the Marinda, she thought that perhaps she was the goddess of this island. जब Ferdinand ने Marinda को देखा, he himself got confused. वो भी confused हो गया and thought her to be the goddess of this island. और सोचा शायद ये इस island की goddess है. Goddess, you can say, is a feminine of God, we can say, or a woman who is greatly admired or praised, especially for her beauty. Goddess, a woman who is greatly admired, or we can say praised, especially for her beauty, and it can be a feminine of God. And he thought her to be the goddess of this island because she was very beautiful as well. She was very attractive as well. While he had just heard Ariel's song, जिस जगह पे उसने खाली Ariel का song सुना था, he fell on his knees and began to speak to her as a goddess. And he fell on his knees. Ferdinand fell on his knees. Ferdinand अपने घुटनों पे बैठा and began to speak to her as a goddess. और Marinda के साथ बात करने लगा. Consider her to be a goddess. उसको goddess समझ के उसके साथ बात की. इसीलिए अपने घुटनों के बल बैठा. You can imagine his surprise when he heard her say sweetly in his own language, "Sir, I am no goddess, but a simple girl." But what Marinda replied that Marinda in a very surprised replied. What she replied? No. Very sweetly she said. Very sweetly she replied. She replied, "Sir, I am no goddess at all. I am no goddess at all, but a simple girl." मैं कोई goddess नहीं हूँ, मैं एक आम लड़की हूँ. A simple girl I am. Prospero was very happy to find that two young people had fallen in love with each other at first sight. And on the other hand, we can say, Prospero, Marinda's father, we can say, he was very happy as soon as he saw both of them, Marinda and Ferdinand, fall in love with each other at first sight. दूसरी साइड से अगर देखा जाए, Prospero, जो Marinda का बाप था, he was very happy. He was very happy because he saw that both of them fall in love with each other at the very first sight. क्योंकि प्रॉस्पेरियो ने देखा, प्रॉस्पेरियो को लगा कि पहली नजर में दोनों एक दूसरे से मोहब्बत करने लगे. प्रॉस्पेरियो was very happy to find that the two young people had fallen in love with each other at the very first sight. But in order to test Ferdinand's love, लेकिन शक था उसको, प्रॉस्पेरियो को शक था. In order to test the Ferdinand's love, वो चाहता था फर्डिनेंड अगर मोहब्बत करता है इसके साथ, क्या ये सच्चा मोहब्बत है नहीं है. In order to test Ferdinand's love, Prospero pretended to think that the young man was a सिपाही. He pretended to think. उसने pretend किया, अदा किया, उसको सोचा कि he was a सिपाही. उसको जासूस करार दिया, जासूस माना उसको, so that he can get him clearly, so that he can identify him clearly, so that he can recognize him clearly, whether he is in true love or not. In order to test Ferdinand's love, what he pretended to think that the young man, that means young man Ferdinand, was a सिपाही. शायद ही सिपाही है, उसको कंसिडर सिपाही किया जाता है ताकि उससे पता चले कि यंग मैन मैरिंडा से सच्चा मोहब्बत करता है कि नहीं. आज के लिए इतना काफी है. कल के टॉपिक में हम इससे आगे बढ़ेंगे. थैंक यू.